Hi Capricorn, welcome to my channel. My name is Kem. Today, Capricorn, I'm going to be doing a love reading. Choose your energy. I feel like this is masculine, this is feminine. So side 1 is masculine, side 2 is feminine. And I feel with this reading right away, a lot of change going on and a lot of patience that maybe you've had to have, or this person has had to have. But yeah, I see a lot of changing happening at this time. So yeah, I feel like it's right now because it says appreciate this moment, right? Every situation is an opportunity to grow and find love. I feel like what's happening, it's happening now, right? It's happening now. And with get to know each other, learn to meet another's need for love. There's something here, 33 and 44. Yeah, it's something about how this is the moment, this is the time, right? This is the moment, this is the time. Like now is the opportune moment, now is the right time, right? As opposed to, I guess, at another time. So divine timing is at play here, right? 33, 44, like there's something in sync right now. There's something, I guess, you know, now is the time, right? Like this is the moment that it was meant to happen, not any other moment, not any other time. Again, something with patience. And I like these two cards because, yeah, they're both synchronistic, but also they're both in the water, right? They're both in the water. And I feel like someone here has been impatient, right? Appreciate this moment. I feel like someone has been waiting for this moment for a long time. You know, someone has been waiting for this moment for a while. And everything I'm saying twice, which is so weird. Yeah, there's something very synchronistic about this reading. Like, anyway, let's get to the masculine energy. So what change I feel like is going on, someone with the topsy-turvets, right? I think this is the person that is getting into their emotions, right? Because it's talking about somebody getting into their emotions. This is the time right now. And you know, I feel like it's not a mistake. I'm doing this on, I think, the full moon in Cancer, right? This person could have Cancer in their chart. We have a lot of water energy here though. It doesn't necessarily matter the sign. It's the energy that's going on right now, right? The energy is very emotional. The energy is it's cup energy, right? It's delving into those deep parts of our heart that we hide and that we try to mask, right? There could be someone purging right now. There could be somebody feeling a lot. And I like the topsy-turvies first because what I'm getting with this is like, I think people might see this person as kind of acting a little bit ungrounded. But what I think is really happening with this person is that they're setting everything correctly. Like they're setting everything right? And for everyone in their life, this might seem like, oh shit, like this person is flipping everything, you know, around, everything is changing, right? But this speaks about everything kind of flipping. And what I'm getting with the flip is, yeah, people are going to see them as doing something ungrounded. They're going to see this person as, people are going to talk shit about this person in their life, in their reality, even their friends, right? And I feel like a partner, if they're with a partner, they're telling this partner that they would like to just be like, they just want to be friends. They do not want to be involved with this person anymore, right? There's a total flip going on, right? But it's because they're opening their heart. So what I'm getting is like, people might see this as ungrounded. Like in the masculine's life, they might see this as something that's ungrounded. It's like, oh, this person is, you know, super ungrounded. This person is doing things because like they might see them as acting like rash, right? And acting very, it's like abrupt. Like I see them doing it quick, right? Like although we have patience and like a slow energy, I feel like that's coming from the feminine side. Not that the feminine is going slow, but the feminine feels like this has been taking a long time. But the masculine, I think now is finally realizing a lot of things and they just want to kind of change everything around. And I think it's because they're opening up to their emotions. They're opening up to their heart. I think the full moon is going to be very significant for this person. And what's interesting is that the people in their life are going to see them as being crazy or rash, or they're not going to see it coming. That's what I see. Like they're not going to see it coming, right? So their friends are going to say like, oh, this person's nuts, right? But what I'm getting is that it's been a long time coming. Like, this person was meant to do this. Like, this was all destined. Do you know what I'm saying? And I think the people in their lives are going to be totally surprised by what this person decides to do, this masculine, because they don't see it coming. They see the behavior as very ungrounded, very fast. It's like want energy, right? Very, very quick energy. But what I see is that this person has been, it kind of feels like plotting. Like, you know, one day it's like everything just becomes clear, right? It's like all these little things have added up to this moment, but maybe this person has been planning this for a long time, or maybe they have not, and they're just gonna get this like urge to change things, right? And that's what the 180 is coming. So if it's changing a partner or just saying goodbye to someone, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean choosing someone else, but it just means letting go of someone that is not right for them. It means friends that are not really right maybe for them either. Like, it's like a lot of change happening in this masculine's life, and it's very quick, right? Which I think might make them think that he's ungrounded, but I don't see that. I see this person as going straight for what they need and what they desire, and people are not understanding that, and they're being upset about it because, you know, people, I mean, I know my friend would worry about me if I was like, yeah, like, I'm moving here tomorrow, like, I'll see you tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, what the hell are you talking, like, are you serious? Like, she would definitely be concerned, my friend. I mean, like, anyone I told, even in my family, if I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this, this, and this, like, everyone, when you make plans that are big, people get a little bit like, wait, are you sure? Like, did you plan this out? You know, there's concern. So there's definitely concern on this masculine side from their family, from their friends. But I see, like, this is exactly what this person wants to do, right? They're sitting in cup energy, and I like this a lot for this masculine. Now we go to the feminine side. And this is how I feel like the feminine has been with the sage and appreciate the moment. Do you see how she's looking into a crystal ball? So I feel like this could be the feminine energy that has been in an energy of trying to figure shit out, trying to believe when they can't see, right? Like looking at tarot readings, you know, like praying, you know, just anything that they can do to understand what's going on in the situation. And I feel like they gain some sort of understanding about this masculine. And honestly, I see like this feminine has, I think that this feminine has actually, I don't know if they had to just let this person go, right? But they always like keep an eye on this masculine, because it just seems like someone who, like, it doesn't matter what has gone on and what has transpired between the two of them, she's always like taking a look. Like, do you see how she's just like trying to figure shit out? I think it's a feminine who knows, like, she's obviously ascended, right? You're coming up as a sage, right? Feminines. So I feel like this is someone who's ascended, someone who is very aware of the energies, right? And they're just trying to do their own thing. But I think it's someone who has always kept an eye on the masculine, right? Like with this card, it just shows like the feminine just has always kept an eye on the masculine. Maybe the masculine has always kept an eye on the feminine, but I feel like this feminine side energy has always kind of kept an eye, but at the same time has kind of had to move on with their life, right? Because you're coming up with a 10. So I feel like that's, and as a sage, I feel like it's not about control, right? There's a lot of things that we want to have control over, but when it comes to love, learning to live without control is like, I think, the most important thing, because you can't control a partner, right? You can't control their actions. You can't control what they decide to do. You can love them as best you can, but I feel like this feminine has learned to just release the masculine, right? With the sage, it's like someone who's very aware of what they have to do, right? You don't have to let this person go, but you'll suffer, right, if you hold on to them. Especially when they're maybe with someone else, especially if they're far away, especially if they're ungrounded. Like it depends on the energy. You know, maybe this person was very ungrounded at one point. But now that I feel like they're stepping into their cup energy, I think that it's very significant for a change that they're gonna make. Like they're about to do something crazy in this moment. And I feel like a lot of people are gonna be like, all their friends and all like their partner, whoever they're with at this time, they're gonna say like, oh, you're crazy, man, like, you know. But I think this person, this is the first thing they've been doing that makes actual sense, to be honest. Or it doesn't necessarily make sense, but it makes sense in terms of feelings, right? Like it's congruent with a feeling. So it's going in a similar direction to feelings. And that's the way that I always feel like we should be moving, towards our feelings, right? Towards what we're passionate about, towards what we, like sometimes our thoughts and our feelings are not together. They're incongruent and we have to put them back together. So I feel like this is something being put back together, especially here with like the end card of the masculine and the feminine sitting together. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like two people being put together, right? And it feels kind of like a reconciliation, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It can be a new person, right? Like maybe the feminine has been looking at someone but keeping a close eye on them, right? So maybe it is someone that they know, but it could just be someone new, to be honest. Like we never know if it's a new or it's a person in the past. I personally feel like it could be a person from the past, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. And I do feel like, although the feminine might feel like they are very much someone who, again, is aware of the energy, has let this person go, maybe just has realized like there's no control again. I feel like this is like a letting go of control and just knowing that there's like nothing you can do, but always keeping some sort of, I know like, I feel like there's an energetic cord connected to these two, right? Because it's like, even though this person has let go of control, they still like energetically or on another dimension are like still energetically attached, right? So I feel like this is a soulmate, because you can't really detach from a soulmate ever, right? Like you can send them peace and love and let them go, but I feel like there's always this attachment, right? Like it doesn't matter if it's not on the 3D, it's still there, this attachment. And with the attachment, I feel like with the feminine is just, I feel like this feminine is just doing their thing. With the 10, it symbolizes completion. So I feel like the feminine is definitely like on their own journey. And I feel like they're kind of ending a spiritual one and trying to kind of get back into the 3D, right? Because again, this is a 10, it's completion, and they're ending as a sage. So it's the ending of like a spiritual journey. But with Soleus in reverse, I feel like this person doesn't really know what's going to happen next. And I feel like this is the trust that needs to happen. It's kind of like the sun in reverse. It's like it's not that you're unhappy. It's not that you're sad or anything, feminines. It's the fact that you just don't really know what's next, right? Like there's no illumination as to what's next. But when you trust and you believe in like a higher power and the divine taking care of things for you, you kind of let that go, right? Like you let things go and you just let things happen. And I feel like that's a really important message that has happened on this journey. Like the journey has been very important because it has taught you to release control and to let go. And when you let go, again, you don't know what's happening next. You don't know what's going to happen, but you have to trust that if you do the right things and you're aligned, right, and you're not harming anyone, and you're just living your life, that good things are going to come to you. And I feel like that's what the feminine has been doing. And with the Bodacious Bodak in reverse, it says that he likes to meddle in things because he likes to put things right, but meddling can kind of feel like a tower at times, or it can feel chaotic for a person, right? But with him coming up in reverse, it's saying that he's actually doing something that it's going to, like, it always is supposed to help you, but in this instance, he's actually just putting something right for you, and it's not going to feel like a tower. It's not going to feel, like catastrophic. It's gonna actually he's just setting something right, and it's a rare thing that he does this. It's like a rare occurrence. Usually he's meddling in things, and like it's like he starts a fire and runs away, right? But in this case, I think he's just putting something right. Like he's setting something right for you, and I feel like this is the universe kind of setting things right for this feminine. So I don't know if these two are going to come together. I feel like they are, because that's kind of like, we have two energies here. But I feel like for the feminine, things are going to be made right for her in whatever aspect that is. And for the masculine energy, I feel like they are setting things right themselves. So you see the difference in energy, right? Because the feminine is the receiver and the masculine is the one that takes action. And that's exactly what we have going on here. I feel like it's the masculine here taking action, and the feminine is waiting for the universe to kind of compensate, like give them like what they deserve, right? They're ready. And that's why I feel like there is an energetic match here, because we have the masculine with the feminine, we have the giving and we have the receiving. We have someone who's very much at a spiritual level where they understand that they can't control anything. And that's why I feel like something's being gifted to them, because again, it's not about imposing action towards things that we want and then it's like, oh, this has to happen, please, like this has to happen, like, and I feel like this person has gone through that, right? It's like the stages of grief or the stages of a loss, right? There is that part where we feel like we can't let go, and it's hard and it's painful, and there's tears and like there's purging. And I understand, I feel like this feminine has been everywhere. Like this feminine understands that, but they have already gone past that level, right? So this has been a long cycle. I don't think that takes like a day or a month. That takes a long time to like learn to release control. And what I really like about this is that I do feel an energy of two people coming together. So it could be these two people. And I really like this card that came up at the end. It's like get to know each other. I would say that these two people have changed from when they first knew each other to now. There's been growth, right? And you know, I don't want to measure who's grown more or not. That's not the point. The point is like there's been growth on both sides, and I think that you guys will be like pleasantly surprised. If you're new or old, it doesn't matter. Like I don't know how you guys know each other. I'm feeling reconciliation vibes, but it doesn't necessarily have to be. It could just be the feminine and masculine coming together, right? But I do feel that I feel like we get to know each other. Again, it can symbolize a new person, or it can symbolize someone that's like, you know, but like that they have changed, right? If someone has grown, I think there has been a change in both people, to be honest, right? There has been growth, there has been change. So I do feel that vibe, like needing to understand who this person is now versus who they were before. There's been a growth, so they're not the same. 100% for the feminine. Like the feminine is coming up as a sage. And for the masculine, I feel like the same thing too. I do feel growth on the masculine side, because again, once they step into this cup energy, it's kind of like an exponential growth, right? I feel like that's why I was getting like a slow and patient vibe for the feminine and very fast for the masculine, which I think kind of seems unfair in a sense, because it's like, how come one person had to take longer than the other? But that's not how I would want to view it. I feel like you should view it in the sense that the divine is like intervening, right? Like just how the Bodek like is just setting something right. Like they're just setting something right, and I feel like it's just exponentially faster. Like what, I don't know how to explain it. One's slower and one's faster, but it has nothing to do with like what you're capable of. It has more to do with just the divine timing behind things and the lessons that we signed up to learn. You know what I mean? That's what I'm kind of getting from this, and maybe even karma that we have to pay. So that's what I'm getting. Let's pull some cards to see like what this person needs, and what they both need to come together.
Tell you too. I say that I'm happy for the two of you. You wanna be friends, but I don't think I can. But I wanna be happy, happy
So Capricorn, with the 8 of Cups in reverse, I feel like this person, this is kind of the stagnancy that I feel like they're getting out of. I feel like there's situations where, again, there's going to be a very rude awakening for everyone in their life right now, because again, this person is about to cut everything off that does not serve them. Again, they're moving in the direction that their heart is telling them. I feel like they're getting out of, I don't feel like they're getting into mental conflict. I feel like they're very straightforward, saying, this is what works for me, this is what does not. Right? And I'm cutting out anything that doesn't work for me. And again, it's like if I need, it's interesting, it was like when I was shuffling, the Queen of Wands came out. So again, I feel like this person, I don't know why, I keep feeling like there is someone that they're attached to, that they're going to be like, you know, I just want to be friends. Like, I don't want to be in a relationship anymore with this person. Like, maybe they are in a relationship and they're like, I just don't want to be in a relationship with this person, because again, it's cup energy, it's love energy. Could be just a karmic, right? Because it's the Queen of Wands. But I feel like this person is cutting out things that don't work for them anymore, and everyone in their life is going to see them as being very ungrounded, but I don't think that's what it is. I think they're just opening themselves up to the cup, and the cup is pointing them in the right direction, and I feel like they're actually going to listen to it. You know what I mean? and they're going towards the sun. And I like that it's kind of right across from the feminine, who has like the sun basically in reverse, because again, I feel like there's a connection for these two people. So it's like as the feminine is just kind of trying to trust, and things haven't really been illuminated to them, and they're just kind of waiting for good things to happen, and it's like this person is setting out. You know what I'm saying? There's like a matching of energy. And the masculine says, I'm starting to understand our connection. I left you before you could leave me. Now, what I'm getting with this is it's interesting. I feel like the masculine has left at, like, I feel like both people have, I definitely feel like these two people have known each other, and there's been an up and down, like a roller coaster with this relationship, right? Because with the feminine, it's time for me to heal now. I feel like this person also has walked away at times to like they chose themselves at this time. The masculine has chosen themselves at another time, and it's like there's two people who have had to choose themselves at times and have had let go of this relationship for themselves. And I feel like that is, again, what makes them an energetic match. That shows growth to me, like when you have to choose yourself sometimes. And also, I just feel like this is a relationship that has maybe had its ups and downs, has had a lot of, you know, we're together, we're not, or we see each other and we want to be together, but we can't. Like, there's a lot of like conflict in this relationship, but I don't feel like it's bad conflict. I feel like it's a lot of growth that two people have had to do. And like, it's like a contract made with one another to do the growth together, right? So that's a hard relationship to kind of work at, because it's a relationship where you see someone's negative qualities, right? Because when you're growing, you're making mistakes, right? So you've seen this person make mistakes, they've seen you make mistakes. That's what I'm seeing with this relationship. It's people who have seen one another make mistakes and still love each other, right? You can't say there's not love here. We have the Ace of Cups at the very end. We have the Two of Cups, right? And I feel like what's interesting is like the feminine got the Star. So this is the feminine, I feel like, hoping and trusting and waiting. You know what I mean? It's like, again, the divine is going to bring me what I deserve, what I need. And that's what I'm getting with this reading. It's like two people have seen one another grow. And again, even with the Hierophant and the Queen of Cups, there's been like times when this relationship was very uncertain, right? And there was times when there was a lot of like, let's just let this go. This isn't working out. Or, you know, I can't be with you right now because of this. Or, you know, there's been growing, there's been learning, there's been a lot of mistakes. And I feel like, again, there's something about time and patience, right? This is the slowest card, I feel like, in the deck. So I feel like it's been a long time coming, right? But again, it's like a contract that you signed with this person to grow. And I don't think that, I think it's been, with all this cup at the end, this is like reminding me of this cup, right? Like, out of the 6 cards here, 4 of them are cups. So I do see like a lot of love for one another. I do see like this relationship has had a lot of like downs and a lot of highs and a lot of lows. That's why I get like low, high, low, high. Like, do you know what I'm saying? It's just like the water. It's an in and out energy, but not in a necessarily bad way. It's the fact that, like, again, the contract that you two signed with one another was to grow together. And that's a hard contract. Because, again, you have to see each other in the good times and in the bad times. But I feel like that's what makes this bond different. The fact that, like, after mistakes, you two still feel for one another the way that you do. Right? Because even though I feel like there's been hurt on both sides for two, like, both of you guys have made mistakes. This isn't a relationship where one person's hands are clean and the other's not. This is a relationship where both people feel, I feel like, guilt. They've felt guilt at a time. They felt bad for a time that the way they treated the other. It's a relationship of learning and making mistakes and growing together. And I feel like, again, this bond is kind of unbreakable. You can't really break this bond because, again, it's been tested and it's been tried and it still like flourishes at the end of the day. Right? At the end of the day, it's two people who still love one another and still care for one another very, very deeply. And that's what I'm saying with get to know each other. I think that you two know that you have to see how much each other has grown. I think you're going to be really proud of one another for the changes that you've made in their lives. Like, you know, someone, again, you guys know each other very well. So it's like oh, this person used to do this and they're not doing that anymore. Wow, like I'm so proud of them. The same thing with the other person, like, oh wow, this person used to do this, this and that, and they don't anymore. Like, wow, that's such growth, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, you're gonna be very proud of one another for the growth that you've done. And again, that's the contract that you signed to do the work with one another. And it's a slow process. Again, I don't know when you guys started this journey together. It's been very slow, but it's still filled with so much love. And yeah, it has a lot of pain. I do see pain here. I do. Like, it's been very painful, but there's still this love for one another. I can't, like, it's crazy. Yeah, so I feel, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm so attracted to you. I understand this connection. There's definitely, like, this love here that just will never go away. So, Capricorn, I hope that this reading helps you guys. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.